have heard about this. And please be honest, okay? So, we as humans are creating AI that is definitely smarter than us in terms of like raw computing power. And there's this theory that we are a simulation, and that, for example, there's this matrix idea that, oh, we're actually brains plugged in some kind of a liquid somewhere. But here's another angle on it. What if what made us, we are the AI that the other guys who are less smart than us made us to do smart things? What if that makes sense? Because I heard this and I thought, oh wow, it makes a surprising amount of sense because that's what we are doing. So why wouldn't that be what is us? You know? This reminds me of South Park. Yep. This Anivia effed me. I will lose this game. I'm sorry. She effed me so much that there's no coming back, I would say. There's just too much psychological damage has been done because I have grasp, which not gonna work against her. Can tell you, whoa, it actually will work against her. I don't know why she let that happen, but she did. Oh, maybe it's not that bad. Unfortunately, I'm going to be focused on the lane, so if you say that you have heard about the idea that I mentioned before, I'll probably not read the chat too much, you know. What? Why are you letting me hit you like that, lady? Don't do that. You know what's interesting? Comet is definitely the choice against ranged opponents. It's just that sometimes the second wind is so good that you still win against ranged opponents in some weird manner. Okay, there's this game called Manor Lords, which looks awesome. It has a very good visual style, and it's just consistent and good. Now, I know that the simulation, just to be clear, I know that the simulation theory is nothing new, but the angle that the guys who created us are less smart than us is a very unique angle that I hadn't heard before. What if that's true? Because it's exactly what we are doing. We are creating beings that are smarter than us. So why that? Imagine if God is less smart than us. No offense to God. Imagine if that's true. That's insane. That's insane to think of that. No? Oh. Yeah, sorry. I see some, written comments that are too long for me to now to respond to. But maybe if I go back, I will just quickly skim over it. That's a contradiction. That's the only thing I read in between these last hits here. Man, you know what's interesting? Anivia just kind of silently lost the lane, even though I don't have the Whoa! Well, you could say she didn't lose the lane, I guess, now. You could guess that she didn't lose the lane, can't you? Do I get the glowing mote? Probably not. This is horrific. This lane state, Shaco, well played to you, GG. That's it. Let's just go silently do some low cortisol farming in this match. You jinxed it. You're assuming that some entity less smart than us could create simulations rather than an actual simulation. Yeah, but why not? Because with enough computing power, even if you don't have the brain power to understand it, with enough computing power, you could you can still do it. Okay, with enough computing power, you can still definitely do it, in my opinion. Interesting if she is going to try to. Oh, Shaco isn't even here, so no point doing this, Anivia. I think that all her tricks are not really going to work because I will slowly and silently just out-mana her. And then hopefully, I'm not going to get ganked again. Isn't that just the theory of religion? Define smart humans being angels could be smarter than we have. Yeah, but religion says that the being that created us is smarter than us. So that's the big difference. Isn't it? I think it is. I don't... Okay. I gotta say, a cortisol spike when that Shaco ganked me. An honest to God cortisol spike there. Wow. She's gonna flash. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought that it's enough, guys. Actually, believe it or not, it lowered my stress when I saw him use this because I thought, oh, at least he used something, right? What do I get here even? I don't even know. I don't think it's possible just with computing power. No, imagine where... So we have AI coders now, right? Which are definitely smarter than we are. So you could put them to task to make these simulations, and you could put them, you know, okay? You could make these simulations with them. You just need resources, and you could just eat the sun and create a simulation like we're having right now, even if the creators are less smart, while kind of still using, you know, themselves. No, they're using the robots to do all the work while they are less. They just don't understand what they're doing. It is possible, I think. It's a weird idea, but why not? Because right now we're already seeing a bunch of software that we don't understand, you know? Okay. I do believe I will outscale them anyway, so it's not that big of a deal that they gank me, but I just, you know, it is cortisol gameplay. The first two games were cortisol less, but now it's a little bit, you know. What do you do for a living? I do this, plus game dev, plus a little bit of web dev. Whoop. Okay. Plus a little tiny bit of web dev. Okay. I don't really want to poke her, though. I need to get that plate. You know, I fear Anivia, but now, even though she's getting fed from those ganks, I kind of don't fear her anymore. I don't know why. I don't know about you, but I have this thing. I'll start to use these control spikes, skibbities in 6-7, become semi-ironic way and start using... Yes, exactly. I know what you mean. I started using them ironically because I thought, oh, you know, they use it. And then I started using them unironically. One of the things that's the best example of this for me is saying I int. Because I used to think, man, you're not inting. That's not what's going on. And I started using it. Okay, I think Shaco coming. Shaco coming. Oops. Where is he? Where's that box? Nope, he's not coming. Okay. Oh, he was there, though. He was there, though. I got a bag of garbage here, but it is what it is, you know. They aren't really smart enough now, but they're just able to process that. Yeah, that's what I mean by smarter. I don't mean like they are, you know, they still wouldn't be able to survive in the world. But in the sense that they can build something that is working, they could do it, you know, with enough... You know, I can certainly easily imagine that they can do it in a few years. Why not? It's all about processing power, you know. There's going to be a point, I think, where it's going to be all about processing power. Components look like bandle pipes. I actually could get bandle pipes. Yeah, you're right. You're right. What you doing? It's just a measly amount of damage over there. Yorick, no care here. Yorick, no care, Mrs. Anivia. Tried to counterpick, didn't happen. The only reservation I have is that Shaco actually got fed on me. which is maybe their game plan. Shaco's a funny champion because he's useless later in game. Who's ganking here? What's going on? Whenever she does this, I feel like a gank is coming, but, you know. But, you know, this is just a theory about that, you know. Maybe there's some kind of a bottleneck situation for the AI that just won't get, it just won't get solved. I feel like no, probably not. There's no bottlenecks that we can't solve. AI currently makes tons of mistakes. Yeah, I'm not arguing that it doesn't. Why did I recall without 900? Oh my lord. Oh my lord. What is this bag of garbage that I have? What is this bag of garbage above my head right now, guys? What did I do? Why did I suddenly forget that this is 900 instead of being 800? Okay. I think I can do a maiden proxy. Do you want me to do one? I'll do it. Dragon coming up. If Shaco decides to gank me, I'll take it. Let me watch that mid lane very carefully. How healthy is he? Because depending on how healthy is he, he's either gonna gank or not, you know? What are you doing, Anivia? You're gonna lose some farm if you continue along this route. What you doing? Oh, well, I guess she could get maiden, though. Yeah, but that's a full... I would say it was worth for me. But she did deny. So, she did deny it. Okay. Man, this bag of garbage is just unstoppable right now. I can't finish items because of this bag of garbage right now. The reason God would have created us as an experiment. Okay, excuse me for not finishing that comment. Just need to farm a bit. I'll read it in just a moment. By the way, theoretically, using this new system that I have for these cubes and stuff and streaming, I could have a jukebox where you can change, using messages and Twitch bits, for example, you can change the song. Man, I didn't get to read your comment and it overflew. Man, Anivia, you're gonna get bandle piped pretty soon. Let me just say bandle pipes. Just give her a heads up. Just give her a little bit of heads up. Do you think God stays in heaven because he fears what he has created? Well, if God has cheats on and, you know, he's invincible and stuff, obviously he will not lower himself down to here when we mortals suffer. So in a sense, I don't know if he fears, but bro, it's easy living with invincibility on. So, you know. The real question is who created the creator. I think the only reasonable answer is that he was always there. Something was always there, like as the base, almost like geometry of the universe. It was always there. I know it doesn't make 100% sense, but that makes the least amount of nonsense. You know what I mean? That everything was there. I particularly actually don't struggle with the idea of, hey man, who created the initial one? I think that no, it was always there. It's just a forever like okay, just a forever loop of you know, deeper and deeper, going deeper and deeper. You know what I mean? As Tommy Cash said, finally I get rid of this bag of garbage. Whew. I was sweating there. The best answer is that it's turtles all the way down. Do you mean like the thing about turtles holding up the world? Like a loop of turtles? I think Anivia is not gonna like what I buy next. What you doing? Does she actually want this? Because sometimes they will want it. Oh no. Which is the real one? I don't know. This one? Nah, that's not the one. It's all good. AP Yorick is too strong for you guys. You're gonna die. Don't do this. I told you. I told you, lady. I told you not to do this. Didn't listen. Children don't listen to the father very often. The father says, hey, don't do it. Don't open the cookie jar, and boom. Father has wired it with some booby traps, and then boom, the kid just, whoops, gets smacked. She really wants to kill the maiden. Exactly. That's exactly what's happening. That is exactly what is happening, guys. Shaco, I wish you all the best. I also wish him all the best. It's just that he abused me. And that's not appreciated in these circles here. Yes, I'm getting bandle pipes. I'm getting bandle pipes. Don't care. Does the blood coming out of your nose depend? Yes, of course. Of course it depends. I think after bandle pipes I can easily get whoop. What you doing? You don't have flash, and I know that. So look at those bandle pipes damage, by the way. I'm just rolling it in. I'm folding in those autos with that 30% attack speed, and each time it happens, it's like how much? It's 2.5 max health, right? This is balanced, by the way. Well, you're the one playing the bird in the top lane, so does she really think that, for example, Darius wouldn't do this? It's late, I'm faded. What does it mean, I'm faded? It's one of those hip sayings that I just don't know, I don't understand. A rapper will say, I'm faded, and be cool. You know, I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm just saying that's where I usually get that phrase. You catch me when I'm faded, man. Don't be talking to me while I'm faded. Again, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just making fun of the saying of the word. It just makes fun. I feel like it's funny. Maybe I completely misread, you know, what's going on there. Maybe faded means something completely different. Oh, you're faded. It makes sense. It also makes sense in the context of those rap lyrics. You know what, guys? I gotta troll a little bit, and I gotta go in the icon mode, and I have to say, boom. Sorry. There's no way I don't do this. There's no way I don't do this now for this game. Faded is the haircut. Well, it would make sense. Don't talk to me while I'm faded, because it's horrible. It's actually not horrible. It's horrible if you do the Adidas stripes, which sometimes Eastern Europeans do. There's the fade, and it's the 3 stripes. Bro, what are you doing? Do you know why Russians use Adidas a lot? Because the story goes like this. It's a little bit right on the nose, but that's the story anyway. That back in the day when Olympic athletes came to Russia or something, they saw those, clothes, and they thought that they're sort of like very high value clothes, and they started just thinking of them as, again, very high value clothes. So they started, because I saw in a bank, there was a guy wearing Adidas, like a whole suit, matching pants and sweatshirt. And he was just, applying for a loan or something. And I thought, hey, man, are you running somewhere? And I looked at him and I realized he had a family, like a normal person. And he was in this huge, this whole track, combo. And it felt like he thinks that that's the thing to do in a bank, I would like to say that no offense, but some offense, just a little bit offense. Just a tiny bit offense. Hello, Bandle Farmer. Okay. Ooh, I came in just a little bit too quickly here, I think. I might die. Well, hopefully Jinx is gonna do something. How do I survive this? Just because of Bandle Pipes? Just some crazy Bandle Pipes gameplay. Some crazy, absolute crazy Bandle Pipes gameplay. Okay. I'm liking this match, by the way. It seems almost stress-free. What you doing? Don't do that. Okay, Q. Whoops. Man, she outplayed me, I feel like. Yeah, she outplayed me. Too much mana on... Oh! Saved by the bell. Literally didn't notice we were ending, by the way. Literally didn't notice we're ending.